Richmond turns industrial ruins into recreational opportunity. Brian Briggs, October 26, 2012. In a scramble to cover the newest trends in urban design and planning, lots of ink has been spilled on attempts in big cities to come up with the next hip, eye-catching concept. Recently, I boarded a megabus bound for Richmond, Virginia, my first visit to the former Southern capital. Besides a surprising level of activity in places like Carytown and astoundingly complete historic preservation works in certain neighborhoods, I was most impressed with the city's repurposing of Belle Isle, a 54-acre outcropping between the banks of James River, which bisects Richmond. The island has, at various times, hosted quarries, nailworks, and Civil War-era POW camps, and a hydroelectric power station. As industrial use faded, the island's position near downtown Richmond made it an attractive site for a park. But rather than ignore the island's history of industrial wear, Richmond has embraced pieces of it. Pavilions from old metalwork stand as impromptu gazebos. The quarry site has been turned into a rock wall for climbers, and the hydro station has been stripped and left as an urban ruin that visitors are invited to explore and understand. The island was linked to the mainland by an attractive skyway and is quite a popular attraction on warm days. As I watched families climbing the wall of the former Wing Dam and children creeping through the massive empty powerhouse, I thought of Philadelphia's Roxborough pumping station, demolished in 2010, a grand graffiti-covered building. Its replacement? Nothing. Seemed like an unavoidable squandering of a city's industrial past as I peeked through the portholes and sluice gates in the bowels of Richmond's ancient power plant. Correspondent of the day, Tuesday, June 2nd, 2015. I took a walk to Belle Isle this morning after Memorial Day, and I was disgusted and disheartened at what I saw. The area leading to the island from the south side and the island itself were strewn with trash, beer cans, and bottles everywhere, especially on the rocks between the island and the south side of the river, where teenagers and 20-somethings come to party, apparently free of any concern from law enforcement. Weekends are especially bad, and summer holidays are free for all. I have lived in the area for more than a decade, and the situation has gotten worse over the years. Instead of monitoring the area and enforcing alcohol and littering laws, the city authorities have decided to look the other way, and their partiers know this. Police beefing up patrols along Belle Isle at night. On Tuesday night, Richmond police officers stepped up its patrols along Belle Isle. This, just one night after the 21-year-old man is stabbed nearly 30 times and is recovering in the hospital. The victim's family member and witnesses of the stabbing tell NBC 12 the victim had a punctured lung, went through surgery, and is in a neck brace. It looked like a scene from a movie. Richmond PD looking up from the air and on the ground for a stabbing suspect. So far, no luck in doing that. This, as Anthony McCormick tells us, he spent most of his night in the hospital hoping his brother Danny just makes it through. He's in a neck brace right now. He doesn't look too good. I tear up when I see him like that. It's not pretty. He's my brother, said Anthony. Anthony says his brother was stabbed about 30 times, all over his body. This, after a fight between strangers, turned violent Monday evening. I watched them sew up his arm. They didn't even let him see his abdomen and back of his neck cuts, Anthony said. Friend Ben Parks was on Belle Isle as it all went down. He was holding himself down in the abdomen, and I set my hand on his back. Next thing I know, I'm gushing with blood. I took his shirt off, and it was everywhere. The violence on the first warm night of the year has police heavily enforcing the rules. We caught 2 officers driving through the aisle after dark. No one is allowed on Belle Isle after dark, or you could get arrestments. With enforcements up, Anthony's getting ready to spend more time by his brother's bedside. Just always something happening down here at the river, said Jeremy Rejuvenet. Don't come here by yourself.